Hello, my peeps. I am making this video because I have been going from site to site and pestering people and talking to people and looking at this and looking at that. And I even made a blog post about it. Typed. And it's still on my mind. And I thought, okay, what I need to do is I need to do this and basically shout it from the mountain, get it off my chest so it'll stop weighing on me so hard so that I can do other things with my life. And what I'm talking about is how I am publicly embracing my darkness. Now, this isn't something that I ever completely hid except for the past several years for a lot of reasons, but it is something that has always been there. In the early 80s, like 1982, 83, I was in junior high. I don't even think the school's called junior high anymore, but I was in junior high, and I was very poor. We were very, very, very poor, and so poor that our trailer was repossessed, and my father had to buy an old church bus and convert it into a place for us to live for. And which is probably why I think people glamorizing having to do that, they're off their rockers. If you had actually truly had to live this, it's not as glamorous as you think. But in high school, well, actually, it did start in junior high. So in junior high, I had a problem. My clothes would get dirty, and my mother would refuse to pick me up. So I started wearing black a lot. A lot. And then I just kind of fell in love with wearing black. After all, it was slimming. It went with everything. It was magnificent, elegant. So if I could get my hands on black clothes, that's always what I did. If I could get a hold of some dye and throw my black jeans into a hot pot of hot water, I mean my regular jeans into a pot of hot water, that's what I did. T-shirts, whatever, that's what I did. Everything was just, it just had to be black to me. I just really, really liked wearing black. And I can remember sitting one time and thinking to myself, it's because I'm dark inside. But that didn't work. I knew the real reason was aesthetic reasons. I just really liked, that was my style. It was my style. And I was also the only person in school with this style. There was a girl that came to school that I had remembered from elementary. I actually liked her, and I was afraid to approach her when she would turn back. Now, she had went punk, and I was so jealous of that colorful hair. I was so jealous. I couldn't get my hair to color. Let me tell you something, guys. Gray hair is being good to me. But no, I couldn't. So I would have like this orange streak where I was trying to get it to go white so I could turn it blue. You know, now years later, now that I can do the color blue I always wanted, I realized, oh, this doesn't look good on me at all. So I went purple. But anyway, so I've been fighting to color my hair all these years, and then for a while I went straight black and just covered the gray because my hair is naturally very dark black. And so in high school, it really escalated, and I went a little over the top, you know. Does anybody here remember banana clips? Because I would clip up my hair, and my hair was really long, really, really, really long. That was a Native American thing. You know, the length of your hair is your pride and your nationality, and tease it. uh, a girl that I hung with taught me how to make black fingernail polish using permanent marker and clear nail polish when I could get my hands on it. Because again, we were very poor. I didn't like wear a lot of jewelry or makeup or anything. You know, I just really, you know, just liked being what a term somebody taught me the other day, pared down, but black, dark, you know. Although the black lipstick, when I could get a hold of it on Halloween, yeah, I hid that stuff and stocked it up, and I still will this Halloween. If I've got money when Halloween hits, I'm stocking up. Some habits are good. Don't lose them. And then I had kids, and I still wore black a lot. But you know, you're a mom and you're busy with life, and then you know you become a single parent, and you have to work in an office or whatever, and going to the office like this in the places I've lived. Because let me tell you how it was in high school. There was a teacher. He hated me. He hated me. And he was not the first teacher to do things to me. When I was in elementary school, there was this horrible teacher. I guess she was, you know, I don't know what was wrong with her, but like she did horrible things to me, like wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. And one time I sat in the classroom by myself crying while everybody else got to go have lunch. Uh, you know, uh, yeah. So in high school, Master Baton really didn't like me. And it was history class, American history, and it didn't matter how hard I studied. And I was used to getting good grades. I was used to doing well. It didn't matter how hard I studied. It didn't matter how much I knew the book or read or tried. He always marked the tests to F. And if his aide did my paper, I would get a C, right? And then you could see where he went behind the aide and scratched out the C and went and marked more so that I would have an F. I mean, he was just a prick. And there was one time that he found an because you know it's the 80s, so the satanic scare was really going on, and the drive to kill Halloween had started. I'm sorry, I don't agree with trunk or treat. You know, come to my house, I will give you candies, and if I still have any left from eating them all. But he even went so far as to in front, because I mean I even would like if I you know the notebooks you get for school, I bought them if they were black. I mean everything about me was black. I just really loved the non-color. I just really loved it. uh he stood in front of the class and read an article about the signs of what it was to be a Satanist, and then looked pointedly at me when he was done, as if somehow I was this evil person. You know, I was a very devout Christian. I was a very devout Christian. I used to get made fun of for bringing my Bible to school. And, you know, and it carried on so that in my senior year, he was friends with my history teacher because I was having to take the class again and I had to go through all that again. Master Baton et al., let me tell you guys something. Do you know what I did? Do you know what you pushed down? I went on and got an archaeology degree. But you were more worried about my love of a color than you were of the potential that you were pushing down because of your bigotry and hatred. So, yep, archaeology degree, because it turns out I really love history. But that's what I had to put up with. And growing up in a very rural part of Florida, right on the border of Georgia, very rural, I was literally the only person I knew like this. Literally, I thought I was just a thing. And people then began to ask me, why do you wear black all the time? It's my groove, you know. And then it was, when are you going to stop wearing black all the time? I don't know. When you find your groove, man, that's just your groove, is what I had replied. Uh, and so in the 90s hit, and right around 93, I became a parent, and some friends from high school caught up with me, and they complained. They complained that now they would go to the mall, which I've only been to a couple of times in my life, like when the malls were decent. Now you can go, they're dead. You know, I live close enough to when I can go. But back then, a mall was an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me, depending on which mall you picked. And they complained that they couldn't go to the mall without seeing a bunch of clones of me. I was actually offended at that. Copying me? How dare they? And you know, it carries on. You know, there's the scattering remaining picture of me performing, because I was in dinner theater briefly, and I still act. And I have another channel where I will do music very badly. And you'll see me dressed all in black with black lipstick, and my hair was, I mean, I only just cut my hair a couple of years ago, and I'm debating on if I wanted to let it grow again. You know, I'm actually debating, because one minute I'm like, yeah, but then again, if I keep it short, I could wear all the wigs I want. But I did manage to wear wigs when it was long. It just wasn't as easy. I could have long hair with a wig. This is hard, guys. This is a hard decision. But so it's not something I completely left behind, but I'm pared down. I'm pared down and calm and cool about it. I don't like to wear a lot of heavy makeup. I've tried it a couple of times. I feel like I'm wearing a pancake on my face. I guess I'm reverse Tammy Faye Baker. And it's just not me. This is about as heavy as I like to get. This is not that heavy. I just know how to use my skin shades. You know, going pale like some people I've seen done, not me. I'm like the idea of having a tan. I like the idea of not looking like a white person because I'm not. No offense to you white people. Be proud of how you look and love me for being proud of how I am able to look as well. You know, different strokes for different folks. But recently it came to my attention that it's a very big possibility that I was goth without realizing I was goth. We're talking cemetery visits, hanging out there at night, finding any excuse to go. My desired specialty in college for anthropology was funeral rites and cemetery angels, very specifically cemetery angels. I actually did a paper for the Church of the Latter-day Saints about this very rare Mormon statue in one of the cemeteries in Jacksonville, Florida, as a matter of fact. I mean, I just, you know, if it could have been my career, that's where I would have landed. Of course, that's not what happened to me. It started to be, but life is life. So chances are I was goth without realizing I was goth, which I'm told is quite common for the people of my era. Who knew? And then I found these videos and it's like, oh, well, you know, you have to like the music. Okay, well then maybe I'm not goth. Maybe I'm just dark. So I'm looking at the music genres today, and no, I liked the music. There's one thing I lack. Because of where I lived, I was not part of the club scene. It's really hard to be part of the club scene when all you've got to hang with are the fairies out in the woods. Oh, did I mention that I hang with the fairies out in the woods? So I've decided that I'm a Neander goth. It's kind of a pre-goth, before myself goth. And I have decided that, yes, there are going to be times that I will take off the black and my hair is going to be purple for as long as I can get away with it. When you're auditioning, however, for film and TV or whatever, you don't wear black to your audition. You don't. It doesn't reflect well. You want to wear colors like blue. They also say don't wear red, but I actually happen to be one of the rare people that can get away with wearing red to an audition. It's not common, I have to add, so I've been told anyway. So it isn't like I could go around, oh my god, staple, all of the time, but it is a really neat thing to discover about myself and explains so much. Explains so much. Because for me, the darkness goes way, way far past being skin deep. It really does. It goes way far. You know what? I'm going to try this on because I haven't got to wear it yet since I got it. And I don't have a wig cap I discovered, but I'm only just going to slip it on. Because for me, it also was with the spiritual side of me. I have tried a lot of different things. Buddhism. I was a member of the Otherkin community briefly. Well, not briefly. I didn't know. Christianity. I've got someone asking me to try their religion, and I might. Demonolatry. I found a home in because demonolatry actually mirrors the original religion of my people from before Christianity came over. So, but I wouldn't say evil, although I have toyed with the concept of being evil. But do you know, being evil is just a lot of work. It is a lot of work. These people that can apply themselves to being evil, wow, their evil muscles are like, rah, evil, look at the muscles, boom, boom, boom. It's like, no, no, no. I'm never going to get this on my head, am I? Let me see how I look in the peak, because I look like Poindexter. Um, and so I've been thinking about this, and I just felt that it was important to come forward about the matter and shout it from the rooftops that I am going to embrace my inner darkness. Now, whether or not I could be considered a full-on goth, it feels right in here, but I also don't want to come off as a poser. When it comes to the social elements and stuff, I mean, even where I'm living now, there's no club nearby. And so, I don't see myself going to the club scene. Not that I'm very fond of crowds, because I'm not. I should have brought a hairbrush with me. What do y'all think, guys? See, I go to the hairdresser on occasion. Of course, I cut my hair myself this last time because, finances. But they tell me that I would look stupid in bangs. But I don't know. I'm looking, and I think that they're actually very youthifying. And I was told that bangs is a youthifying thing for middle-aged people. And I don't know. I kind of like this look. Can you picture it in purple? What do you guys think? Like just like the shades I've got, or you know what? Because I would be stuck with bangs, and then I wouldn't want them. I need to get a bang clip so that when I want bangs, I could just clip on the bangs, and boom, I'll have bangs. That's what I need to do. I had bought one a couple of months ago, but yeah, I'll have to hunt really hard for an affordable bang clip that doesn't look like crap and actually looks like bangs. Let me see. Oh, hairs on my face. Oh, let me see. What character shall I be? Some Russian princess, or oh, see, oh, do you not know what I'm referring to? If you do, kudos. Let's see if I can get this on my head. I love this thing. I bought this a couple of years back because of the skulls. And I love it. I wear it all the time. And it's getting harder and harder to find cool things like this in just the store, because in this town that I'm at, this little very tiny town, we have Walmart. Yep. Target's 30 minutes away, and Target is for soccer moms. So for me, the DIY element of myself is still there. I mean, I just made myself the other day a couple of really awesome coffin earrings that you will see wearing in another one of my videos if you look. I think it's the last one. And yeah. I'm like, I want to make more. I would make and sell them if I thought that people would like them. I made them out of shrinky dinks. And I have these little skull beads that I bought because our Walmart actually had something dark. Da da da. Oh, I hope I have money when Halloween hits here, because I have the cutest little bat earrings I got at the Walmart here. He's a little bat, he's got little buggy eyes. And I just, yeah, when it comes to, I don't know, quote unquote gothic jewelry, because I'm not even sure, but dark Halloween jewelry. I love Halloween jewelry the most, I think, but mostly for my ears. And I don't know if it's because my mother didn't want me to get my ears pierced. And, I think, this is just a synthetic cheap wig, but I think if I worked with it, I could get it, if I could just get used to doing this, I could improve its look and bring it out. And that's because and that's where my skills as a doll makeover artist would come in, my very paltry skills. I have a lot to learn. So what do y'all think? So yes, embracing my inner darkness. And I just thought it took me 20 minutes to go through all that to tell you why I am doing this. But it's my hope that now that I have said this and announced it to the world, because I am going to be more public about it, I have decided. It's always been just kind of a thing I did, and then I would go online and mainstream up to a point, and it's like, you know what? I can mainstream up for auditions. I'm always going to wear black. I'm not always going to put on makeup though. There will be times I'm going to wear blue. There's going to be times I wear green, but black is what I wear at least 90% of the time. And you know, people don't like me no matter what I wear or what I look like. So, bug 'em. I mean, you know, there was this one girl, we were very fond of her, but I guess she caught on that I wasn't Christian enough for her and wouldn't even come in the house, and her husband would come inside and she'd sit in the car. I kid you not. Very, very, very insulting. Um, and, you know, even no matter how nice you are, I mean, I sewed my first quilted baby blanket for her when she was having a baby, and I didn't even get thanked hardly. After her asking, hey, can I have a... It's like, yeah, she didn't ask me, but I did this for her and learned how to do this for her because I'm essentially a nice person, and that's what I got. So, fuck it. Fuck it. And I don't know, there just comes a moment when you're like, that was my groove, and I let life hide my groove. And you know what? I'm in a position now where I don't have to hide it as hard. Obviously, there will be times that I still have to, but you know what? I'll find a groove with that too. Thank you for listening and making it the whole 20-something minutes. Wow. I guess I'm gonna shut up now. I don't know. I'm gonna you know, find me some Cure videos. Do you know we were so poor? I haven't seen most of the music videos from the 80s. And I don't know why it never occurred to me. Well, I don't really have a lot of time. Sometimes I'll find something and I'll look it up and I'm like, oh, that video was whacked. Yeah, that's how poor we were. And yet somehow I did my doc.